My name is Themba and I am from South Africa. I was born about 20 minutes south of Johannesburg in a township called Everton. A township is pretty much like the projects in the US, and it was very rough, violent. My mother raised myself and my three sisters, and I got to see a lot of difficult things growing up. When I was about 20 years old, I was invited to study the Bible and become a disciple. It was really an incredible opportunity just to see how God had been watching out for me, how God had been looking out for me so that I can make it into His kingdom. As a disciple, I applied to South African Airways for an opportunity to be trained as a pilot. I was one of 8,000 applicants, and they only took 16 out of the 8,000 people who applied. I was accepted, and I felt like this was God's blessing for me. Training as a pilot was going to be my ticket out of the townships and out of poverty. I then had the opportunity to move to Australia, where the training was being conducted. And so I was so thrilled by this incredible offer and this incredible opportunity. I moved to a city called Adelaide, where there was a small church, and it was exciting to me that I could train and also be able to be a part of God's kingdom. When I came back, I was approached by Onichi Ogwaya and Mike Talivan about considering to be in the full-time ministry. I said no. It challenged my level of trust in God versus what I thought was going to be my ticket out of poverty. I took some time to pray and to process the decision and get a lot of advice. I didn't know what I was doing. I really just trusted that God would figure it out. I took a leap of faith. I joined the full-time ministry and began to work with the campus ministry, and I saw my character being transformed. I met my wife in the full-time ministry. God blessed us with our son. I am so grateful when I look back to everything that I have learned about being a husband, everything that I've learned about being a father, about being a leader, has come from these last 15 years of me training in the full-time ministry. I cannot believe what God has done just because I took that leap of faith to trust Him. My wife and I, we lead the church in Pretoria, and God has worked in a powerful way to use me and my family to impact lives in Pretoria. You see, when you come to know God, there is always a cost attached. There is always something that you have to give up in order for you to follow God. The question is, are you willing to pay the cost of obeying God?